Pokemon Lore Episode 5. Human Society and Technology. I think there's one thing we easily overlook when talking about Pokemon lore, or even the Pokemon world in general, and that's the very nature of human society and technology itself. Do you ever notice how human towns and cities are so few in number, but there is tall grass everywhere? Like, fucking everywhere? It's so bad that you can't even leave town without Pokemon because it's too dangerous. And what about technology? We covered Pokeballs. They literally defy the laws of known physics, or rather, are really scientifically advanced. Now, I've watched the Pokemon movies, and I gotta tell you, I've seen some shit, and it's amazing. But what does all of this really tell us about the Pokemon universe? And that's the subject we're gonna be talking about today. First of all, the planet itself. It's Earth-like, has similar places and parallels, but not actually Earth itself. According to Junichi Masuda, and I quote, "We actually don't think..." We actually don't think of the world of Pokemon as Earth. We think of it as a place that is really similar to Earth, but is a different planet of its own with people in it who may be similar to the people of Earth, but they have different values, so they care about different things. He goes on to say that the Pokemon universe is free from human strife and problems like global warming, water shortages, and problems in general, as the people of the Pokemon world strive to work together rather than fighting amongst themselves. In other words, the Pokemon world is a living, breathing paradise. It's a world where, aside from the obvious evil within human nature, the inherent good of man and will to work together towards common goals united prevail. It is a world much better than our own. Not like we Pokemon fans didn't already know that, but this is just the bread and butter of the Pokemon world. We know that there has been war. It's been hinted in the games and the animated features. We know that the relationship between people and Pokemon has changed throughout history, and we know that human beings have always had a much more advanced grasp on technology and the supernatural or magical forces of their universe. And so we reach modern day. Not much is known about the human population, but what is resoundingly clear throughout the franchise is that nature is bountiful and thriving. In fact, no matter where you look, the Pokemon world is overflowing with life, with human settlements more often than not working with nature or in reserve of nature rather than against it. But this also takes on a darker meaning. Think about it. You're always told that you can't leave town because Pokemon would faint you if you stepped one foot in the tall grass. According to Citadel Myth, this is because Pokemon were told to always appear before humans to help them in times of need. But I guess the message got lost somewhere along the lines here. Going back to the episode Diglo's Diglett, Pokemon have been shown actively protecting natural ecosystems from human harm. In this episode, the entire reason Diglett got pissed off in the first place was because humans were building a dam that would screw everything up. And look at all the Pokedex entries specifically referring to Pokemon causing property damage. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Rattata. It all makes sense now. But seriously, while human beings seem to respect nature, it also seems that Pokemon take claim to it. Unlike our world, cutting down a forest or killing all the pandas has consequences. And this explains a lot, really. This is why cities and towns are isolated and why nature is so plentiful. Though of course, we know that human beings and Pokemon do, at least on some level, get along with each other. Otherwise, I don't think paid Pokefights would be so popular. Ironic, since the game tells us that only bad Pokemon trainers let their Pokemon fate, and yet the only way to win Pokemon battles is to take out your opponent's Pokemon. All this aside, I think the big picture is a lot clearer. The Pokemon world is a lot closer to a living paradise than ever found in mankind's history. Humans living in the Pokemon world live in harmony with the planet. There's an extreme lack of unclean energy sources and even a significant lack of cars, in favor of subways, bikes, ferries, ships, planes, and mass methods of transportation. And it's really no wonder. Technology is advanced. Anti-gravity, teleportation, experimental dream technology, Pokeballs, and for everything else, there's Pokemon. The human population also seems to be a lot more stable, with human settlements being far in between, likely due to the natural dangers of wild Pokemon and human respect for the natural world. Technology is advanced enough to provide society with all of its needs and more, and while the planet isn't Earth, it is treated as an alternative version of Earth, one that, when you really think about it, is absolutely breathtaking. And there you have it, the Pokemon world, full of human promise, love, adventure, and advancement, is just awesome. Thanks for watching. Please like, favorite, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Plenty more to come. Feel free to leave requests. This is Reaper, signing out.